There is a viral video of a man in Owerri who is flowing how the city boys have picked out their advocates in the region, their coordinators in the region, questioning how influential these persons are. So let's hear just for some seconds of what this Owerri man had to say about it in this video that went viral yesterday. Take a look.
I live for Owerri for over how many years now, and I can tell you something for free. I can tell you something for free. The City Boy movement, Tinubu and his City Boys crew, the person we will choose for Imo State, they will not even ask question about the political behavior of Imo people and the Owerri people. You see Chief Priest, you don't get anybody for Owerri where Chief Priest feel influence politically. Now me talk am. I did this time. I can tell you, nobody for this time where Chief Priest feel influence politically, even if him bring money, or where the people, Imo State people go chop him money, that day of election, he only and the city boys go do the job, or him go they do, we go they scatter. Chief Priest will come and SARS protest, we collect mic from him. Now we, person like us, TJ, you are bossy, them. People they talk, in one talk, here in Lagos, if you open business or where people like enjoyment, we go buy in markets. But you see political influence, Chief Priest no get them for here.
So this young man is speaking directly to Cubana Chief Priest, saying he has no political influence in Owerri. That's essentially what he's saying. So what's your response to that? And did you consider this before, the movement selected him to be this key stakeholder in the state and the region?
Because as much as I couldn't hear what I'm taking your what you've said, he say that you say Cubana Chief Priest has no political influence. It's interesting that you're posing that question to me because I've been asked on this platform if City Boy movement is an elitist platform, and I've answered that our doors are open to everyone who is interested in seeing a better Nigeria and falls under the youth demographic, who has a voice and can call as many of the people around him to join hands to drive the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. And then someone comes on and says Cubana Chief Priest has no political influence. That should answer it for itself. It does not have to be a politician. Is he interested in a good Nigeria? Is he interested in governance? Does he have people within his immediate space that he can reach out to, that he's been reaching out to through his economic empowerment programs or whatever it is he's been doing over time? Yes, if we can answer that question, it means he's a leader. And it just goes to show that City Boy movement is ready to open our doors to whoever it is that can get the youth come out, get involved, drive change, and make their voices and their votes count. So that's my answer to that.
Okay, so now speaking to the idea of the elitist, sentiment, people saying that there are people that have flayed the individuals who they say donated buses overnight for the Tinubu campaign, yet they can't provide buses or build schools or equip hospitals in Igbo land. So they're saying that this has exposed. So essentially, when they saw the video of the buses, it made them feel a certain type of way, especially when Chief Priest makes comments such as, address to the village boys, we would empower them and then convert them. So somehow it creates the impression that the city boys are, the elitist ones, right? And of course the buses as well, the luxury buses. So how would you respond to that?
Sure. Everyone has a right and is entitled to do what it is they choose to do with their money. This sense of, I'm not saying do not contribute to your people or do not support those around you. But if a few individuals, and not just a few individuals, the City Boy movement is about people who are willing to use their resources to support good governance and ensure that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu comes back in 2027 because he needs to consolidate on his reform work, his renewed hope agenda that is currently ongoing and is seeing Nigeria move up on the economic ladder with global institutional validation. So the argument that someone is buying buses, luxury buses for Mr. President, and automatically that makes him a bad person, it's just whipping up ethnic sentiments.
Yeah.
People can spend how they will. He's a businessman. He made his money. We are all aware that he's impacted lives. He has programs ongoing within his locality, scholarships and a few other things.
Okay, also, I have to even put this on right because there's a statement he made, and I'll reiterate. I don't go where I don't benefit. Chief Priest made this statement and also brought up so many balls right there too. But my question literally is, how can this city boy movement, right, survive in a region like Southeast Nigeria without the perceptions?
So if he chooses to buy...
Okay, we had an interruption, but Oji, very briefly, so that we can wrap.
I wanted to state too, right? There's a statement he made. I'm talking about Chief Priest. I don't go where I don't benefit. He brought up a lot of balls too.
You apparently are in another location. I can barely make out what you're saying every time.
Okay, so we really have to wrap up, Oji.
Okay.
We're already out of time, right? But there are three key questions. Dr. Emana, if you can hear me clearly, please confirm. Can you hear me clearly?
I can.
Great. So I'll ask you three final questions before we let you go. What's the criteria for selecting the zonal coordinators of the City Boys movement? How do you decide who does what? What's the criteria? And also, does City Boy classify as civil society? And if so, what has the City Boy movement done from the end of the last elections till now? What have they been doing so far? Those three questions, so we wrap up.
Does City Boy classify as what?
A civil society organization. How are the zonal coordinators selected? And what has the City Boy movement been doing between 2023 after the president emerged and now when it's in the spotlight again in 2026 for 3 years?
Okay, so first of all, the criteria for selection of zonal coordinators, directors, coordinators everywhere is number one, be Nigerian. Number two, be a youth. Number three, have a voice and be able to talk to your neighbor, educate your neighbor that sentiment is not, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu election is not about governance, it's not about sentiment, but tangible results. And then be able to mobilize at the grassroots. That's the criteria. So it doesn't matter if you're a banker, if you're a lawyer, if you're a celebrity barman, all you need to do is be Nigerian, be youth, and have a voice, have a voter's card, be able to vote. That's the criteria. If you have money, I'm sure it's not a curse to have money, so it's all well and good. Then the other one is, what has the City Boy movement been doing all this while? City Boy movement has been in existence prior to the 2023 election. If you take time to look out, City Boy movement has been involved with empowerment, from scholarships in schools to students to holding symposiums. All of this is verifiable. Holding symposiums to educate Nigerians, being involved with voter registration, making sure that the youths who are 18 and above who do not have who are not registered to vote do so. Then also ensuring that the less privileged, the marginalized, the women at the grassroots, that's our target. The City Boy movement is City Boy movement. However, our work is not done in the cities, it is done at the grassroots. So the City Boy movement has been doing its work closely and covertly all this while. Now, we are heading back slowly into election season. It's only normal, just as the parties are having their local government, world congresses, state congresses, and upcoming national conventions. The City Boy movement is also following this trajectory and becoming more vocal as we head into the campaigns.
All right.
You asked.
Right, Dr. Emana, we're out of time, but you have responded to our questions. Deep apologies for the network challenges we experienced during this segment. And we'll continue to watch and see what transpires in the coming months ahead of the 2027 elections. Thank you so much for making our time to join us this morning.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
On that note, the morning show has come to an end. On behalf of the entire production team of the morning show here at Afia TV, thank you for watching. I remain Nathalie Uku.
Oji Mwachiku, have a splendid Friday and a weekend ahead. Bye for now.